very good evening and a warm welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight on this 8th day of August 2024. I'm Loreen Masika Kazimoto. State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs Balam Barugahara Atenyi has announced that President Museveni will address the issue of incarcerated youth during the International Youth Day celebrations in Soroti on Monday. Balam made this statement while presenting the upcoming International Youth Day in Parliament, where some members of the National Unity Platform questioned him about his efforts to secure the release of the detained youth. We have the details.
State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs Balam Barugahara Atenyi delivered a statement on the current status of the youth, highlighting the government's initiatives to improve their livelihoods and the achievements made in preparation for International Youth Day on 12 August. The focus will be on skills development to enhance opportunities for the youth.
Trained 3,982 youth from different districts of the country in digital literacy, skills under digitalization, dual enterprises for job productivity.
Some members of Parliament expressed concern regarding the success of the Youth Livelihood Programme, noting that the Auditor General had raised issues about unaccounted funds.
However, some amount close to 43 billion has not been revolved. So the Ministry of Gender must ensure that this money is revolved. This is according to the Auditor General's report, that the money was recovered, but it wasn't revolved.
But on the Gender Committee where we sit, this program was cut short of funding because it was non-performing. The funds that were given out to go and help the youth were all embezzled.
The MP for Mokono, Betty Nambozabachireke, asked the minister to update the House on the status of the youth who were arrested, as he had previously promised to secure their release.
I undertook before this House that we will see that as we commemorate the International Youth Day, how far has he gone on the issue of the release of the youth that he undertook to secure.
Speaker, many of these youth are in prison on charges of becoming a public nuisance. How I wish on this Youth Day celebrations, Honorable Minister, you listen to the plight of the youth to be released unconditionally.
It's a shame that we, the leaders, who should give these young people an opportunity to listen to them when they come out to speak about corruption. It is not about only corruption in Parliament. They speak about corruption everywhere.
Balam informed the House that President Museveni would provide guidance on this issue during the International Day celebrations in Soroti on Monday.
I issued a statement on Monday in Soroti. I had a discussion with the President just yesterday. I reminded him of his kindness, bail, but they were denied bail due to the conditions that were put in place. Just hold on. So the President has once again pledged that he's going to act on that. Let it be on record of Parliament. Those young people will get freedom soon.
Member of Parliament from Mbale City Industrial Division, Masaba Karim, emphasized the need for the government to examine the quality of employment that youth are engaged in, citing exploitation in industrial parks.
Many of our youth are being exploited. You find they're being paid about 5,000, 6,000 a day. They're working 12 hours. They are not provided with any PPEs, any health and safety. And yes, it's the bitter reality that is happening. And I've tried to look at the national employment policy. And not many of these things are catered for. So I believe we need this leverage. Is this one where your labor is exploited? Most of the investors, by the way, one of the factors, Mr. Speaker, why some investors would love to come to Uganda is because Uganda has the cheapest labor to offer.
Other MPs appreciated the government's skilling programs, but urged that it should be completed with providing sewing machines to help the youth practice the skills they acquire.
That has been always taken to the youth. It is always being eaten by the technical staff at the district.
And most of these technical officers who are the youth focal persons, they don't even want to let the youth know how much the district has received. Rehabilitation centers for the people with the disabilities, the young people with the disabilities, are in very deplorable state.
I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Gwetabinji at Parliament.
The Anti-Corruption High Court has, for the second time, dismissed the prosecution's request to play an audio recording by Uganda Human Rights Commission chairperson Mariam Wangadia, which allegedly captured 3 legislators soliciting a 5% bribe. In his ruling, Judge Lawrence Gidudu stated that since the witness did not extract the audio from the recording device herself, she is not fit to present it in court at this time. He emphasized that it's not yet the appropriate stage for the court to listen to the recorded audio.
In the Anti-Corruption High Court, the court presided over by Judge Lawrence Gidudu is where legislators Yusuf Mutembule for Bunyole East, Sisen Namujumani Member of Parliament for Rengo District, and Paula Kamba for Busiki constituency are facing charges of corruption. The legislators are accused of soliciting an undue advantage of 5% of the Uganda Human Rights Commission's budget for the financial year 2024-2025, which case they all pleaded not guilty to. When the case resumed for hearing, prosecution witness, Chairperson Uganda Human Rights Commission, Mariam Wangadia, continued with the evidence in chief on how she was called by Major Agaba Betty and the investigative officer, Ewan Chakwaire Betty, to watch the audio she recorded, while MPs were soliciting the 5% commission. Following this, prosecution asked court to allow the alleged audio to be played to court for identification by the witness Mariam Wangadia, although the prayers were objected by the defense legal team on grounds that the witness lacked locus.
My lord, the original form has not been exhibited in court. It was capable of being preserved in its original form, but the original format of the recording has not been exhibited in the court.
In delivering his ruling, Judge Lawrence Gidudu disallowed prosecution prayers on grounds that this is not the right time for the alleged audio to be played to court.
Both the Electronic Transactions Act and the Computer Misuse Act and international good practices require that care is taken when dealing with electronic data. The person presenting electronic data must follow the law, must be competent to explain, must ensure or demonstrate that the integrity of the data remained the same, and must keep a trail of the processes taken when managing such data. Those are the 4 principles of managing electronic data.
Judge Gidudu also added that since the audio was extracted by another person from the recording device, the witness lacks locus to tender it to court at this material time.
She can only listen to a sound which has been properly processed and explained to court by other witnesses that extracted it and stored it. I should add that in this digital age, trials of this nature, especially regarding electronic data, which is always original in its form, expertise in data mining and data processing is required as part of the prosecution evidence. The High Court may at any stage call or recall and re-examine any person whose evidence appears essential to the just decision of the case.
After the ruling, witness Mariam Wangadia also informed court how the investigating officer Chakwaire Betty called her at Chibuli CID headquarters to identify the recorded CCTV video footage captured at Hotel Africana when the accused was soliciting the 5% bribe.
I viewed the footage and I was able to see myself in that footage. I was also able to identify A1, A2, and A3.
Court resumed on 14th August 2024 for cross-examination from the defense legal team. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
I think I will grant an adjournment.
707 have graduated at Cavendish University, Uganda, with a call for graduates to collaborate with the government in bridging the digital divide as they strive for a technology-driven future. The 13th graduation ceremony was held at the NAM Convention Center in Munyonyo with the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Crispa Diomusi, as the chief guest. Crispa Sarinitwe with more.
The atmosphere was filled with joy and celebration as hundreds of graduates, along with their parents, guardians, and academic staff, gathered at the NAM Convention Center in Munyonyo for Cavendish University's 13th graduation ceremony. Among the graduates was Robert Chagulanyi, the president of the National Unity Platform, who received a bachelor's degree in laws. Dr. Crispa Diomusi, the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, reminded the graduates that while graduation is an important milestone, it's just the beginning. He revealed that the future demands a determined mindset to tackle challenges and says limitless opportunities.
We want to work with you, universities, support areas of research and development so that we don't lag behind as Africa. We need to run instead of moving fast, catch up with the rest of the world in embracing technology and making technology part and parcel of what we do as governments and as societies.
Dr. Oliver Saviti, the Vice Chancellor of Cavendish University, Uganda, also addressed the graduates, emphasizing the importance of perseverance and dedication.
Consider the impact you can make through excellence, innovation, and transformation. What unique contributions can you bring to society? How can you inspire change and progress in your chosen fields? Let this be your guiding light as you embark on your professional and personal journeys.
Barughahara, the Minister of State for Youth and Children's Affairs, congratulated Robert Chagulanyi on his achievement.
As I was coming in here, another brother of mine, General Ross, who's a CDF, also has congratulated all of you, the graduates. He's looking forward to working with you to make Uganda a better place. Let us love our country, let us be patriots. I congratulate all the graduates. I understand my brother Bob Wine is one of the graduates. Allow me in a special way to congratulate Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. Congratulations,
Robert Chagulanyi expressed his joy, recounting the numerous distractions he faced during his studies, including challenges from the National Council for Higher Education and a heated political climate.
This has been such a hassle. You know, my own challenges, the political career that you know is always up and down. I started in one university, the International University of East Africa. It was not accredited. I moved to Cavendish. Then 2018, I was taken to prison. And then after prison, then COVID came. This course is supposed to be 4 years, but I studied it for 8 years.
The ceremony was presided over by former Nigerian President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan.
One of the key highlights of today's graduation was the graduates have been challenged to translate classroom knowledge to bring about positive change in their communities. Crispa Diomusi, UBC News.
Thank you, Crispa. Now, the State Minister for Health in charge of general duties has raised concerns about absenteeism among medical workers despite the government's efforts to enhance their salaries to encourage them to return to their facilities and improve service delivery. The minister expressed these concerns while officiating the Fast South Central 1 Regional Joint Review, which aims to strengthen health services at government health centers under Entebbe Regional Referral Hospital. We have more.
The Ministry of Health has mandated general referral hospitals to manage all health-related issues within their catchment areas, with joint review meetings expected to provide accountability for service delivery. Entebbe Regional Referral Hospital brought together medical workers from 5 districts under its jurisdiction to reflect on the performance of health facilities, celebrate successes, and identify challenges hindering proper service delivery. During the official launch of the 2-day engagement, State Minister for Health in charge of general duties Hanifa Kawoya Bangerana cautioned government medical workers about absenteeism at their designated facilities.
You reach a facility, there is no single doctor, but the patients are there. The wage is a very big issue. We say now do recruitment, like now we are happy that when the ceiling has gone up now to 1 billion, they have recruited 48. We are having shortages of specialists, but even the one specialist we have, do you find him available at a facility?
Kawoya emphasized the need for delivering quality services to patients and wound medics against engaging in corrupt practices, which are contrary to their professional ethics.
These are professionals that when they come into their field, they swear that they are chosen by God to serve. And for me, that is the emphasis I start with. They are chosen by God to serve, and to serve with a purpose. What is the purpose? To save lives.
The director in charge of public health care, Dr. Daniel Chabayinze, revealed that the ministry has digitalized all services, with medical records now being captured digitally to address the issue of absenteeism.
As we digitalize that all services are going to be captured using medical records which are digital, we are able now to see who has worked on how many patients, who has done the operations, and on which days. We also have biometric ways of capturing information, which has now shown that somebody has been able to work for a minimum of 18 to 21 days. So that's how our payment system will be capturing them.
Dr. John Bosco Nsubuga, director of Entebbe Hospital, stated that the hospital has developed greater capacity in terms of human resources to handle more cases referred from the 5 districts.
Then the other is issues of quality improvement. You know, quality improvement is now a very big aspect in service delivery, and the ministry is putting a lot of emphasis on the quality of care that we are giving to our patients.
It's my humble prayer we invest a lot in this hospital in terms of diagnostics, in terms of human resources for health, in terms of emergency services.
The joint review is expected to find solutions to the existing challenges in healthcare, ensuring a healthy community for economic transformation. Shaidat Nasaku, Sulaka Gugube, UBC News.
The housing sector contributes over 12% to Uganda's GDP and has shown consistent growth over the past 20 years. This was confirmed by the Minister of Lands, Judith Nabakoba, during the opening of the 3rd Uganda BuildCon International Expo at Umasho Grounds in Kampala.
The theme, connecting with the construction industry to build a better tomorrow, the BuildCon Expo encourages both local and global communities to adopt effective business practices and recognize critical approaches in the sector.
These creative approaches include handling the policy issues posed by the ever-emerging technologies, promoting eco-friendly building materials and practices contributing to sustainable housing and urban development in our country, displaying affordable housing solutions, and government initiatives to tackle the housing challenges.
The International Expo aims to introduce local and international stakeholders to the latest advancements and technologies in the housing sector.
It's just that our aim is to make sure Ugandans get access to the latest products, machinery and technologies. So something that takes maybe 3 months to make can be made in 1 month. So that is the main purpose out of it. It's not that we don't personally feel Uganda is lacking that much, but it is something to just speeden up the process of the advancement that is going on in the sector.
The Ugandan government, through the Ministry of Lands, has established policies and laws to provide tenure security and ensure that both government and private housing sectors are regulated and progressing.
There are a number of items that have been exhibited, and the most important thing that these items can support our population, right from the grassroots person up to the high-end person, meaning that this is an opportunity for Ugandans in the sector, but also those who would want to put up different buildings in the country to come and see and assess, and also maybe select what items could be used. You can even be advised and guided on what to do.
We expect over 10,000 visitors to come here, not only to see the products, but to also make deals such that some of the exhibitors who are coming maybe for the first time, they could open permanent offices in Uganda in order to deliver better.
Uganda faces a housing deficit of 2.1 million houses, presenting a significant opportunity for stakeholders in the housing sector to address this gap. Winnie Ainembabaz Katwire and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
The Uganda Bureau of Statistics, UBOS, has addressed the reasons behind the delay in payments to the remaining 0.7% of enumerators from the recently concluded census. During a press briefing, issues such as name mismatches and other factors contributing to the delay were discussed.
Out of 115,846 enumerators who participated in the census, 1,519 are yet to receive their payments. The delays are attributed to issues such as mismatches between names on national IDs and those recorded in the online payment system, as well as unreturned or lost gadgets.
Most of them have been paid, and the few who have not been paid were because they submitted wrong account numbers. The account numbers could not reflect the companies that they had submitted. And of course, we have requested all of them to correct, and most of them have already submitted. They are just being verified for payment. So the Bureau, of course, remains committed to ensuring that everyone is paid, and this will surely be done. For those who have not received their entitlements, you are going to be paid.
UBOS had attributed 122,026 tablets for the census, of which 121,197, which is 99.3%, have been retrieved. However, 829 tablets are still unaccounted for.
It's not that they are lost, but they are to be recovered. Now, power banks, about 119,418 power banks were also deployed during the enumeration period, and 107,685, which is 90.2% power banks, have already been retrieved. We have about 11,733 which are yet to be retrieved.
Additionally, an analysis of the 2024 census data is planned to be conducted at all village levels.
The Bureau is busy processing data of the census results, and we are supposed to be giving the country the provisional results in September, before the month of September ends. You all know that the President launched the preliminary results, and of course our population is at 45.9 million. The rest of the detailed information up to the village level, we are going to receive in the next release.
The Bureau has assured that all outstanding payments will be processed in August. Mario Nawori and Dan Lugemwa for UBC.
Uganda is set to host a team of film actors from 10 African countries as part of the Africa Monologue Challenge. Organized by Ghanaian promoters, this challenge aims to celebrate and share African stories through film and drama. The team was introduced by Grace Kaboyo, Senior Presidential Advisor and Chairperson of the Pan-Africa Organization, at a press briefing held at the Uganda Media Center in Kampala.
Africa, oye! Oye! Viva Africa!
The team, comprising talented actors from 10 African countries, will spend about a month in Uganda showcasing their film acting skills. During the unveiling, Grace Kaboyo expressed her support for the initiative, highlighting its role in promoting African culture and tourism.
We are hoping that if it's put to good use, it should benefit us, one, in African unity, in diversity. We should change the image of Africa. The African House reality show, if you remember the Big Brother was social and social and social. Our house, African House, is going to compact all the values and the great things that can happen to Africans when they live together.
She emphasized that the government, including Office of the President, is committed to supporting initiatives that foster skills and talent development.
We are going to collaborate short films and the finalists to further promote Uganda and Africa. We are going to recognize stars of Africa. There are Ugandans who have done great things.
The initiative, organized by Ghanaian company, aims to spotlight and narrate African stories through film and drama.
And we believe these 10 finalists here are going to be the ambassadors when they go back to their countries. They are going to market Uganda. They are going to be given platforms to talk about Uganda positively in their respective countries. And we believe this is what is going to initiate the intra-African trade we are talking about.
Throughout their stay in Uganda, the actors will participate in various activities, including film acting, workshops, and visits to tourism sites.
So the Uganda Communications Commission specifically is very committed to the creative industry because it is a vital sector that is going to create employment. It is going to create and change the narrative for our countries. And that is why we embraced the Africa Monologue Challenge.
Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
Now, the Ministry of Works and Transport is set to present the Plants, Machinery and Vehicles Management Bill 2024 in Parliament to regulate the management of plant, machinery and vehicles in the country. The Commissioner at the Ministry of Works and Transport, Engineer Timothy Timwesiga, stated that this bill aims to reduce the increasing number of accidents and injuries in workplaces, among other key aspects.
The Ministry of Works and Transport, in collaboration with the private sector, civil society organizations and other stakeholders, have held a consultative engagement to review the draft principles of the proposed Plants, Machinery and Vehicles Management Bill 2024. The engagement took place at the Ministry's office in Kampala.
These draft principles were...
The Acting Commissioner of the Ministry of Works and Transport, Engineer Dr. Timothy Timwesigwa, highlighted that this bill will ensure the establishment of adequate and coordinated policy frameworks for PMV management in the country.
The bill is passed eventually, and into law we shall have various regulations, guidelines and standards that will tackle every small part of plant, machine and vehicles, right from the issues of the people, issues of the hardware, software.
He further noted that the bill will also help curb the rising number of accidents and injuries caused by machines in various workplaces.
There is end of life. Currently, the whole world needs to know how are you disposing of your waste in a good way. There are very many good ways that add more value and very important that protect the environment. This law will enable us to bring out that.
Stakeholders emphasized the need for the bill to consider the quality and standards of the products sold in the market, especially concerning spare parts and machinery.
From this meeting, we have learnt some of the gaps within this bill, within the principles which are being set, and we want them to be addressed as we go along. One of the key issues was increasing the participation of women and engendering of the bill, which we haven't seen come out clearly and strongly within the bill.
Tunulire nnyo omutindo gwa spare parts kubanga mutuufu ebintu ebiri wansi ewa ebintu ebitunda mu maduuka omutindo mufu nnyo ate aguleeteddwa bannaffe abagwira bo tebakwatwako.
Other participants from the engagement shared their views.
Also to look at our infrastructure while we set these laws, that are they really applicable? Does it fit within our settings, or we are just copying from other countries that where these things being effective?
We have two laws speaking the same language from the same ministry and the regulator.
To emphasize, we are not replacing any existing law. Any law that is somehow related to what we are doing is still active, but we want to be able to know where to strengthen, where to cross-reference.
Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Inabugude, UBC News.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages.
Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nambole Stadium opened its doors once again? While you were moving in wet, you were the 12th player. When Uganda Cranes needed you the most. Through our famous wins against Tubakunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder! Now, as Uganda Cranes take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Cranes is unstoppable! Uganda Fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we are unstoppable.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Abakonzo, abamba, bavanumwe, babwisi na abasongora mutafeerwa kumanya ebyafaayo by'amahanga agali mu bichweka by'ensozi ezirukwetwa Rwenzori.
One way of identifying ourselves would be the Rwenzori mountain, where the god happy dwells.
In Uganda, we are called Bakonjo, Bakonzo, Baira. In Congo, we are called Banande.
Ababwisi barukiro bwingi, na abamba barukiro bwingi. The
Basongora community is a very old community here, Western Uganda and Eastern Congo.
So both Kasese, Toro were part of Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom.
We are similar people.
We are one. Use that word pamoja.
Tuko pamoja eribundi bujyo ha Anders Hotel kya katano biro byokwezi 16 omwezi gwa August ha Uhuru Plus Hotel kya mkaga biro byokwezi 17 omwezi gwa Agosto kuruga saa 10 ekichwekeza Rwebagyo. Tunga tiketi tere simu 0778 787 0.
Welcome back from that break. Now into the business scene. The Directorate of Industrial Training at the Ministry of Education and Sports is conducting the occupational-based assessment countrywide. Over 10,000 candidates from 150 centers are to be assessed. The coordinator of workers practically acquired skills at the Directorate of Industrial Training says that this is part of Skilling Uganda, which is aimed at improving skills to every Ugandan.
Uganda Rural Development Training Institute, with support from MasterCard Foundation, is empowering the youth with vocational skills as a way of addressing vulnerability among them. Over 10,000 youths from 20 districts of Uganda who have been undergoing 3-month skills training in tailoring, hairdressing, automotive mechanics, leather designing, welding and poultry farming are being assessed by the Directorate of Industrial Training. Uganda Rural Development Training Institute Epicenter Manager Mitiana Bira Grace says the imparted skills acquired by the youth will help them to be enterprising and self-sustaining.
Main objective as URDT one is to ensure that the younger people are self-employed. To ensure that at least the young person who have trained earns, our target with the younger person who have trained earns $1,000 annually.
The coordinator, Workers Pass at the Directorate of Industrial Training, Nwayonjera Fiona, says this exercise is to verify the candidate's competency. She calls on the youth to upgrade to higher skilling levels.
If they want to upgrade, they can come to DIT, register, and then DIT comes in for assessment, and then they certify their skills.
The candidates hail Uganda Rural Development Training Institute for the program, which they say is providing them with long life skills.
Been training them for 3 months. They have learned very many things. So, with a target of making them to be self-employed.
I didn't know anything actually in the motor vehicle mechanics, but when I came, we did the training for 3 months. Right now, I'm sure and I feel it that I can do anything, dealing with the engine, dealing with the brake system, dealing with the suspension system.
My fellow members who are in the village to come and join me in making these shoes so that they solve their problems.
I'm Nafka Farida and Ganga Henry.
Liquid Intelligent Technologies Uganda is set to launch a Microsoft Azure stock aimed at providing business solutions designed to streamline processes and address data management challenges for businesses across all sectors. This marks the first deployment of its kind in Uganda and represents a significant milestone in the country's cloud computing journey.
By investing in Uganda's first Azure Stack Hub, Liquid is not only demonstrating its commitment to the country's digital transformation, but also actively supporting the Uganda Digital Transformation Roadmap.
This roadmap aims to connect 90% of Ugandan households to the internet by 2040, a goal that Liquid is dedicated to helping achieve. The Azure Stack Hub in the country will be a game changer for local businesses. It will provide them with cost-effective access to local cloud solutions, help them meet local data regulatory requirements, and enable them to run latency-sensitive business applications efficiently.
This initiative will enhance data sovereignty, reduce latencies, offer robust data protection, and help bridge the digital divide.
Now, with the Azure Stack solution, once we have it in-house or within the boundaries of the country, is if there is a general outage, there is a solution we can put in place that the local firms who have hosted their solutions and applications on the Azure Stack that is hosted within the country will continuously be operating without experiencing a general international outage to break through to the international backbone of the internet.
Azure Stack is poised to support Uganda's economic growth by providing cutting-edge solutions to businesses across various sectors, including banking, financial services, healthcare, and more, offering comprehensive connectivity, cloud, and cybersecurity solutions.
Many businesses struggle with accessing cloud solutions mainly because of foreign currency and also payment methods. So we're simplifying this because people can pay in local currency and they can pay directly to us in our bank account or at our office, as opposed to having to go through using a credit card or a debit card.
However, this calls for collaboration with government ministries, agencies and departments to work towards a common goal.
Are a partner of government. Our efforts are in collaboration with them. So we're welcome to doing business with the government as well as supporting them through facilitating private business.
The official launch of Microsoft Azure Stack is scheduled to take place on the 15th of August 2024. Kain Faith and Justin Nakami for UBC.
Kakumiro District Chairperson Joseph Sentai has highlighted the benefits of the presidential 4-acre model farm initiative as good for equitable development. This was during a mass sensitization campaign with religious leaders from Kakumiro. He emphasized that the 4-acre model farm initiative is an excellent solution for mitigating land disputes among communities, as it also allows people to utilize their small plots of land to create wealth. Sentai urged communities in the Bunyoro-Kitara region to embrace the program.
District Chairperson thanked President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for initiating the model to help rural communities maximize the use of small plots of land. Called on religious leaders to encourage congregations to embrace it.
The community could come in our homes and study. It is not a matter of preaching it, but also practicing it. When people see Chairman LC5, I have done it, it will be easy for a person whom I'm telling to do it, easy for him to also to do it. So I'm calling upon my fellow local leaders, LC1s, at all levels, also to practice the same.
Is having hectares and hectares of maize without any other crop like matoke or livestock. But now, at this moment, the government has come with the system that at least we use our pieces of land the way they are. If we are having 4 acres, divide those 4 acres in 2 pieces. You will have livestock this side, you have poultry, you get piggery, you grow maize, you grow beans, you grow matoke, coffee, like that. This will not only help the households to have enough food, but also to have enough income in their homes.
Senior mobilizer for National Resistance Movement in Bunyoro-Kitara, Harriet Habura, devises utilizing available raw materials to implement the model.
It's not a guarantee that you need to have 4 acres in order to do this. Even that person who has 1 acre can also practice it by doing the same. When you divide 1 acre, that means you'll get 4 quarters of an acre. Having expensive materials to use, the locally available materials that we can afford to be able to have our program.
The 4-acre model farm is a presidential initiative that trains rural farmers to use their small plots of land for food production and commercial farming.
Now we take another short break and return with sports news.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Shocking statistics on road crashes in Uganda show that there were over 23,608 road accidents in a single year, 2023. This highlights an increase of 16% compared to the previous year. The Uganda Traffic and Road Safety Report of 2023 also shows that there were 24,728 casualties from road crashes, with 4,806 people dead, 16,736 seriously injured, and 3,186 escaping with minor injuries. The rampant increase in the number of road crashes and casualties in Uganda is seriously alarming. According to Uganda Police Traffic Report, 80% of road crashes in Uganda are as a result of speeding, reckless driving, and violation of traffic rules and regulations. Your life and that of other road users matters. Every life taken or injured in a road crash is an emotional loss to a family, resource loss to a business, development contribution loss to a community, and a socio-economic loss to the nation. Join hands together to reduce and, if possible, eliminate road crashes from our roads by avoiding reckless driving, obeying traffic signs and rules, and maintaining public safety intelligence to keep ourselves, passengers and other road users safe at every time. Remember, drive safe today to live again tomorrow. Tofira kukubo.
Welcome back from that break, and now into the sports scene. Uganda's Olympic silver medalist Peruth Chemtai has highlighted the crucial role that education plays in nurturing young athletes. This was her final interview before departing for Uganda to begin preparations for the Diamond League final in Rome later this month.
When she ran to Olympics glory during the Tokyo Olympics, Peruth Chemtai cemented herself as the greatest of all Ugandan women in sports. Upon adding a silver at the Paris 2024 Olympics, she has further certified herself not only among the women, but also the entire country as an icon. As she departs France upon completion of her tasks, she spoke to children, especially girls, about education and the sport of steeplechase, in which she is the only female.
You need to work hard, then you go to school, after school, then you start training like me, yeah, because school is good because they need to learn anything about sports. Yeah, I like girls because I need more girls for steeple. It's only me running steeplechase. So me, since I start my career, so me, yeah, I need more girls for steeple.
Chemutai lauds government and partners like Naib Breweries, Sanlam Insurance, MultiChoice, but especially Plascon Paints that has continued marketing them to the world.
To the Olympic Games Paris 2024. Join Plascon, wear your black, yellow and red and support Team Uganda to Akemu Olympics.
Meanwhile, on the field of play today, Tom Dwadriga has exited the 800 meters after finishing 5th in his repechage heat that needed only one person into the semi-finals. Uganda now returns to action on Friday in the women's 10,000 meter final, in which Sarah Chelangat and Annette Chemengech represent. Thereafter, men marathoners will run on Saturday, same day as Oscar Chelimo does his 5,000 meter final, with the games climaxing on Sunday with the women's marathon.
Uganda and Algeria continue their dominance on the day 3 of the FIBA 3x3 Youth Nations League at the hockey grounds in Lugogo, Kampala. The Uganda women's team had one of the most intense games against Benin, with the match being decided from the free throw line in overtime. Uganda's Lydia Babidie netted the winner with the final score at 16-12. Algeria defeated Burkina Faso in their opening game and secured a 3rd straight win against Uganda in their 2nd game of the day. Then Uganda men's team narrowly defeated Burkina Faso in a close game that ended 15-13. And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company this evening. Now, on behalf of the team working tirelessly behind the scenes and myself, we wish you a good night.
Abenju ya Kenneth Kigeorge Nsanji n'ennaku nnyingi babika maama Allen Nansubuga bakola yafudde ku Lwokusatula wiiki eno mu ddwaliro Ensambya. Omugenzi waakuziikibwa ku Lwokutaano nga 9/8/2024 Ensanji katereke ku ssaawa 8 ez'emisana. Wajja kusookawo okusaba ku St. Mark Church of Uganda Nsanji ku ssaawa 4 ez'okumakya. Babikidde abooluganda, abako, ab'emikwano wamu n'abatuuze b'Ensanji